So let's hop into another one here. And we are desperately looking to get some more of these stickers going, some more of these fancy new animals. I think mosquito we probably have the sticker for already. And we just got the beetle, so not exactly what we're looking for here. But we'll start with those. Roll once. Unfortunately, no bird or ladybug. Either one of those would have been a potential choice for the future here. Sizzling, moist, and sniffing. Sizzling scallywags, I think, is what I'm going for. There's some good combinations there, especially since so many people have such a adverse reaction to the word moist no matter what context it's in. It have definitely ruffled some feathers, caused some aggravation out in the audience, but gotta go with the sizzling scallywags. Alliteration is just the key to my heart for the most part. Let's roll past you fellas. Unfortunately, not quite what we were looking for there either. Early, I don't like wasting too much money in rerolls, but sometimes that's just the way things gotta be. And there we go. Finally, a bird shows up. Let's freeze you since one of these days we're gonna have to get a level 3 bird going. Ooh, that's already promising. Question becomes, do we just want like the hardest hitting bluebird you ain't ever did see running the back of our squad? It simplifies things a bit. We keep trying to like force our positioning into a bit of a box here, but maybe we just need a big old bluebird. Worth a shot. 3-1 pig. There was an interesting change for sure. I find that it definitely makes the pig a bit more playable in the very early rounds because you're able to slap down, I mean, especially in the pay to win pack here where you're getting like both types of beetles, fish, anything else up to 3 health. Maybe just those 3, but it's still nice to have something that can one-shot those. Especially something that has an upside later on when you go to sell it out of pocket. Seems to work out nicely. And how long do we keep this triple mosquito going for? Because we could keep it for a wee bit longer. The other tempting thing to do here is to pill you. Perfect. I think I want to combine you. Bring a second bird into the squad, so we're really buffing up this blue boy here. We could try dromedary. Again, not too sure how much I enjoy the thought experiment of that, but could be worth a shot. Especially if we get a little bit fancy here. We could like combine you, hopefully get a great tier 3. Not exactly a great tier 3. I was originally wanting to put the dromedary and the tabby cat down on the squad and then get level ups on our tier 3 unit. Maybe let it sit for a couple turns, let it simmer, marinate this tropical fish a little bit. But now I'm starting to feel differently about the matter. Let us instead dromedary and tropical fish now. We could be buffing up our bird. Seems prudent if we're going to be keeping them around for the entire time here. So maybe something like this. That seems okay. Let's try it out at the very least. What's the worst that could happen? Have a little bit of health to play around with here. B? Frontline B? Do we have a fellow scholar in the audience? Just a bug? Are you doing what I think you're doing? If so, then I am honestly regretting that I even beat you in the first place because I fully endorse and support the bee lifestyle. But okie dokie. Another bluebird. Definitely works for me. Let's even potentially combine these sons of guns here. And we've been running a decent amount of hatching chick. Let's maybe go with bat this time instead. The bee dream, yeah, just absolutely crushing the bee dream and others. Only I can be happy with my life. Everyone else, no one else is allowed to succeed with the level 3 bee strats. Otherwise, what do I even have anymore? It's my one claim to fame. My greatest achievement in life. And I got married, so that's saying something. Also, don't tell my wife. No, she very well is listening in at this very moment. So let's level up the bat there. Oh, right, we put you in the back, so Bluebird is buffing you up now instead of itself. Don't know how I feel about that. This is a weird squad in terms of ordering. But weird isn't always bad. Let's definitely keep it up. Bit of sizzle to the scallywag for sure. Dromedary, we're probably going to sell eventually. We could think about leveling you up. In fact, let's start with some garlic on our mosquito. Roll once, and if I don't see anything else that interests me, caterpillar kind of, but I feel like getting my own way, I'm just gonna be running caterpillar every single game because it's so tempting to just be able to focus all your efforts into scaling one unit and have that cascade through the team. It seems wonderful. It's a better version of the crab experience. But sometimes you got to resist the urge and temptation and try out things that are just a little bit more interesting. It's also been a while since we had server problems. You've been doing great, game. Come on, you can do it. Just chug along here. I believe. Fantastic. Bird is definitely looking a whole lot better than our very first attempt to get an early bird going. Weakness, not exactly hitting on the right targets there, but totally okay. We at least still draw that, so it works for me. It was a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions where I believed for just a brief moment there that we were actually going to win, but I'll take it for sure. We'll keep leveling up this bat here. And we will want a turtle, I feel. Protect our bluebird a little bit, especially if this kind of ratio continues going here. So let's at least freeze you for now. Dromedary is very much not long for this world, I would say. And last but not least, garlic, salad. Put some garlic on our bat. Don't know how I feel about that. I guess maybe, yeah, just both. Good use of our money. Not who we wanted to hit there, but that's fine. So this is kind of what I was talking about last run, though, where when you have a really solid squad, you feel like you have high hopes for the future. Great things are going to come of this. They can immediately crash and burn. This is a squad that when I look at it, I'm not that impressed. I don't expect it to get very far yet. Somehow we are. I mean, bad timing to maybe bring that up just as we get a loss, but I don't think it completely discounts the idea at the very least from what we usually see here. Just have to roll past a wee bit here. I guess just buff you up. Try and get Big Bird feeling good. This comp is something. That's exactly what I mean. It's a wild ride for sure. Don't even understand what I'm doing, and I'm the one piloting the dang shit. Well. I mean, tropical fish I feel like is a little bit slow. Dromedary is not doing anything for us either, but it's at least slightly better stat line. So let's sell you. I think we'll want melon armor on our bird. That seems okay. If we can get a level 2 turtle before we pill you, that actually works out for me. I'm not going to worry too much about leveling up the mosquito on the other side of things. And come on, just a few more rounds. Still need to find our feet, actually figure out what the heck it is that we're even doing here. The gushing muffins, though, not looking like we're going to be getting exactly what we need. Micro turtle strats, kick it old school. Oh, that makes sense. weakness everything, and then have overriding effects that happen in real time on run. That's wild. See, because in my mind, I got it as far as like the only way to melon armor a butterfly is to have a turtle, right? But I didn't even think about that. The microbe strats, of course. Well, too bad we rolled past it, but it's not too late. We could still get one back. It's still possible here. And wouldn't that be sweet? Do I want to commit to anything here? Because we could start leveling up our turtle. It gives us one extra slot to potentially get that next turtle that we're so desperately pining for here. Bison is tempting to keep around with the bat so close to popping off to level 3, but not quite. Let's do it. Buy a turtle, never a doubt in my mind. It does mean that we can't replace it if we kill you now. But we can go here for the time being. Goat, friend bot, gain 1 gold. Okay, so it's kind of like a sauropod for animals. No, I'm always saying that. I'm always saying that goats are just like sauropods. And finally, the game just gets it. Before we forget to, I should move you up a little bit. Maybe something like that. Seems okay. Never too late for a skunk to fill up the squad too. Roll a couple times here and don't get much out of it, unfortunately. We have so much of the squad that I'm actively looking to replace at the moment. It's almost a shame that we're not really getting cans or something. Oh, please weaken the mosquito. You son of a gun. I mean, at least our mosquito sniped it a bit, so that maybe helps us out. Gets us a draw. Okay, I'll take that. Heck yeah, bud. Absolutely perfect math at the end of the day there. Completely calculated, of course. But I do believe... I mean, we can't kill the turtle if we want to do some fancy microbe stuff, so we can give just a couple rerolls, a tiny bit of time. Because we could always sell our dromedary for said microbe. Even a skunky boy. Okay, well there it is. Let's commit to that. We're already doing wacky wild things here and have no idea, going by the seat of our pants. So why not sell you and bring a microbe into the ecosystem? Evil laugh. Okay, so now we have to judge, come up with a tier list in our head. Giraffe, Tyrannosaurus, or microbe? Who has the best sound? In my mind, my money at the moment is still on giraffe. I think that's hard to beat. But I love all the non-traditional sound effects. Okay, I was about to say, what the heck would you even do leveling up? It says right there on the tin, does not upgrade when leveling. Good to know. Thanks, game. You have my back on that. So something like this? If I can make lobster work, I have a PhD. So yeah, I've gotten a couple lobsters pop up. I don't even really know what their point is. Because they make things gain... Oh, hedgehogs become very dangerous with our current strat. Sorry, I got distracted mid-sentence there, but holy moly, when everything's weak, hedgehog is liable to wipe out our whole squad. Fortunately, turns out it only does enough damage to kill the turtle, so everything's a-okay. Coming up roses here, but geez Louise. But anyway, back to the lobster. So lobsters give your animals stats outside of combat. So do those, they leave as soon as you hit end turn or something like that? So I gotta say, I don't quite understand the implications. I'm trying to think of what, like, it doesn't help a butterfly because butterfly inheritance happens at runtime. It kind of helps crab lobster, because you get a tiny bit of extra health, 2 whole points, whoop whoop. But it's something, so can't look down on it too much. Now we do want this bluebird to hit level 3 before the end here. That would be fantastic. Unfortunately, it's not looking to be in the cards here for the most part. But a little bit more. Ooh, having an extra level in the turtle would actually be pretty solid. And you know what, bat, you can get there as well. Not sure bat and microbe work well together. They don't. You're definitely right about that. We're getting weakness on everybody anyway. But at this point, the 8-7 is the best we got. Sometimes you just gotta work with whatever it hands you. In fact, though, you saying that we don't need to freeze this bat because it is just a statistical game, and hopefully we find a better replacement for this son of a gun. I'm not sure how I feel about those odds, but it could happen. In general, the squad does not deserve victory. Like, we are running a lot of not so great combos here. The only thing that's helping us out is that everyone becomes weakened, so even our tiny boys at least do a bit of damage, but there we go. That's a bit more what we expect out of this. Now only one loss till it's all gone from here. Would you rather be sniping someone? I mean, long term, yes. It kind of works because you begin melon armor, so theoretically it's just better than the bat. No, we got a lot of money out of selling you too, so let's try it out. Going all over the place with this one. We'll even start buffing you up so that we're dealing an extra damage each turn that we make it through here. And similarly, we did want the turtle. More turtle, don't mind if I do. Mushroom on a turtle does nothing. Had to at least give it a little bit of thought there. Mushroom on a microbe also does nothing. I guess it does like 4 damage. So no, let's not worry too much about that. And then just a couple, more jaguars. A couple more rolls. We do have the microbe turtle dream. But of course, as we mentioned, we do have to survive in order to achieve that, and never too sure how that's going to work out against the hungry aunties. Oh no, and it's looking like a tough squad. We don't even manage to kill their caterpillar. Oh no. Oh, and they had a turtle too. Absolutely read me like a freaking book there. Super unfortunate. But it's gotten the mind puzzling, gotten us moving forward with how a microbe can actually be used. Are there any other status effects that we could overwrite, or is turtle the only real star of the show there? I mean, microbe with a summons build is good. Doesn't affect the later summons, and it makes even like a 2-2 slap a bit harder. It's almost like a pseudo turkey in some regards, with the upside that it also overwrites a lot of effects. Even stronger, exactly. I mean, not as fun, no microbe action, but very much exactly what we fear most in this dark world. But okie dokie, one of these days, that level 3 bird play is gonna work. Because we're gonna have to get that sticker at some point. It'd be nice to do so early here. Shouldn't be harder than a level 3B, right? One would think. Let's hop into another one here. And I want to see some new stuff. Okay. Sometimes you get exactly what you ask for. Triple ladybug. Ladybug's on a log here. And let's go with hungry, sulking, disgruntled mushrooms, craters, ponies. Sulking ponies, disgruntled mushrooms is nice. Let's go with disgruntled mushrooms. The more syllables you pack into your name, the stronger your team is. Everybody knows this to be true. Ooh, we're tied though with... Oh no, we're one up on the backwards housewives. Wait, how are they beating us? This shouldn't be possible. Unthinkable has happened today. But so it happens every once in a while here. I guess for now, freeze you. Maybe you should have re-rolled to see if we could get a 5-wide ladybug squad going. Oh my gosh, and we absolutely could have. I am a fool. What have I done? But okay. I guess level 3 ladybug already in the works here. Let's try that out for size, shall we? It's definitely a very strong early squad, because now we could just buy a bunch of food and potentially coast through the first, like, 3 rounds, something like that. You mean microbe with the AE animals maybe because it adds 3 to all hits? Yeah, no, I could see that working out. I mean, order is kind of tough there. Oh wait, so if you weaken everything and then run a hedgehog, can you make that work? It obviously makes your team get a lot harder. Hit a lot harder, that is. Is the microbe what I've been missing this whole time to make the ultimate suicide tie squad? Because you just weaken everybody and then go through the chain reaction of your hedgehogs killing your badgers that kill hedgehogs that kill your badgers. Wipe the whole screen? Maybe? It's a lot of puzzle pieces to get chugging along in the right direction, but I could see it happening. We're actually doing the new challenge here, Ladybug only, not allowed to buy anything else. Which actually, as much as that was meant to be a chest, it almost tempted me for a moment there, but I think not quite what we're looking for today. Instead, we're just going to run 4 ladybugs and a caterpillar kicker. That kind of works out. Okay, we already have a max level ladybug. Trying to think, 2 ladybugs. I mean, for the mid game, it would be very powerful. 2 level 2s. Just buy as much food as you can. Nice thing is you don't even have to spend it on the ladybugs. You just have to buy it. So if we get something like a seal, but you can't have a cheeky bee at the end because it gets overridden by the weak 2 galaxy brain for you. That's true. No honey badger strats. The shame too bad because the honey badger is pivotal in all things in life for sure. Could give you a honeybee just to buff our squad, but that doesn't seem like a great plan. I guess if we're just looking to guarantee a win here, might as well just feed you something. Anything at this point. And then I don't think we'll run full ladybugs, even though we're on the cusp. It's almost there naturally. Give it a shot here. Against the hot mouths. I mean, looks doable. Yeah, I think we got this one in the bag. Fantastic stuff. Managing to hold our own. Big ladybug action here. Beetles. I'm over you. At this point, not exactly what we're looking for. And last but not least, do we want to start combining this turn? We could have 2 3/5s that buff up on all food. The beetle, well being something that does benefit off food, isn't a very long-term investment here. So we can roll past them for now. Swan, so we can afford more food. Now that's something I can get behind. And then combine me. Throw you here for now. Can buy out the whole shop and our swan friend. This. I think I will just overwrite the bee to make this specific ladybug a little bit stronger. And if we're keeping just one of you around long term, it's probably going to be you. I don't think I buffed you, right? Those are just natural stats. Oh yeah, because the food also benefits you extra. Okay. Thought I was going out of my mind there for a moment, but we got it. Rain eventually caught up to the system here. Oh, the leaking lawnmowers. That's a fun one. I like the sound of that. Not of my lawnmower leaking. That sounds horrible. Absolutely horrendous. But as a team name, hard to beat. Alliteration and appropriate theming. Hard to beat that, friend. Okie dokie. Let's combine you. Skunk Squad? That's interesting, at least. We have a bit of a smelly squad going, because I'm pretty sure swans, I mean, most, like, waterfowl smell pretty bad. Caterpillars, maybe not so much. Ladybugs actually stink quite badly. It's not often that you find yourself in a situation where you can actually smell a large collection of ladybugs, but I've been there before. And yeah, I guess we just feed you for now, friend. Keep buffing up everybody up a little bit beyond their current level here. And in similar fashion, we can also put some meat on this skunk, bend that buddy up to the future. And okie dokie. Things should be looking up here. Unless we come up against a god squad. I'm trying to think if Hedgehog negatively impacts us. Not too badly. We all survive it at the very least. That's something. Okay, we still lose these though. That's unfortunate. I need to stop talking about how well I think a squad is going to perform, because the moment that I mention my hopes and dreams for the future, it all comes crashing down around us. Something to live by. Well, I think it's time. Let's combine you here. Early deer could be nice, but I was looking at this hatching chick originally. Just getting a bit of a short-term buff here to keep it going. Where was I sniffing ladybugs, dude? We have so many places near and around my house here that get absolutely overwhelmed with ladybugs during the summer. And for a while, I was living with a roommate that made these little tubes that he could put outside, and they were designed to be the like perfect ladybug home. Definitely have huge collections of them there. But don't you worry, I definitely realize how strange of a sentiment it is on first blush. Can't argue with you there. But okay, let's feed up this ladybug, I guess. It's the only thing we got working for us at the moment. Hatching chick, I don't think we're going to worry too much about leveling this time. Instead, we're going to have you as a bit of a temporary provisional role on the team. I am sorry, Hatching chick, but you will get benched when the real season starts. And there we go. Finally a team that's a little bit more manageable, a bit more our speed here. In fact, Hatching chick there to crack some melon armor. I respect that. Must be the sharp beak that gets it done. And we'll likely be adding a bunch to our squad in the future, so I don't mind a can. Still benefits our ladybug nicely there. Let's roll past a little bit. Yeah, here's said lobster that we were mentioning earlier. Literally, I can only think of crabs as something that would benefit off this, and it's not even that good of a benefit. It's kind of rough. Is anything else buff when out of battle? I think I'm too stupid. I know it's mentioned that, yeah, if I can figure out how to make them work, I have a PhD. I guess I do not have a PhD in super auto pets. Very much still on the learning curve side of things. Because that's just too big brain for me. I can't figure that out. Huh. I'm going to be just mentally stalled on this for a bit, as my brain just keeps trying to remake the connection. But that's fine. You can just breeze past it. You think you buy it, then buy other stuff, and then sell it. But then, does it still just buff outside of combat? I guess I should try it out sometime, because I could be misinterpreting the wording of the rule set there. Because it seemed to me that it was implying that it only gives the buff for as long as you're outside of combat. But, oh, now that I think about it, that's probably just so it doesn't serve the same function as a turkey, right? So never mind, maybe it is a permanent buff, but it just only triggers here, so you can't use it on summons. Does that make a bit more sense? It at least drives it a little bit more in my brain. I'm actually potentially understanding how it functions at a base level, but still doesn't seem absolutely incredible by any stretch. I mean, it's an upgrade over what I was originally thinking, because my original game plan made it literally unplayable. Just did not make sense whatsoever. So there is that. Interesting. Maybe one day we will try and get to work in the future, because it is one of the side benefits that I really enjoy about turkey builds, is that even if you don't have a bunch of summons going on in combat, you're still able to get huge creatures right out of the shop without having to commit a fortune into cans. So there is that. Something for the future. I mean, we will eventually be on the lookout for that level 3 lobster, right? So we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. I froze this eagle, hoping to potentially get a pill and try and force my way to a level 6. Not sure how I feel about it yet. I'm guessing on upgrade, does this become a level 2 and then a level 6 pet? Or level 2, then a level 3, tier 6 pet, rather. So that's interesting. We could try and actively level up an eagle just to kill it off in the future. If I were to do so, would I get rid of our hatching chick or our skunk? I mean, we might not need the hatching chick anymore. Maybe we've grown out of it. Ladybug is slowly but surely climbing us through the ranks. I feel like this is the start of the end when everything starts to go downhill, but let's give it a shot. And try out eagle just for fun, shall we? Last but not least, yeah, do you know what? Just double pair right onto our ladybug friend, shall we? Makes it a lot easier to win this round. As long as we're committing a decent amount of food each round, our ladybug is hitting far above their weight class, which by extension also means that our caterpillar is doing the same. Oh my gosh. Twinsies. I'm hoping I'm them but better. It looks like I am. Wow, that was a mirror match just of the century here. Interesting. I'm not the only one. Not the only genius playing today, I see. Let's roll past all of y'all for now. Could potentially commit to more cans. It's not the end of the world. I guess that way our ladybug still gets a benefit. Skunk is looking to be replaced at some point. I mean, would we want a bison? It'd take a while for it to catch up. But it's potentially better than the skunk at the moment. Skunk has a certain like ephemeral quality to it. You can never quite accurately guesstimate how effective it is going to be in the combat situation. So let's maybe freeze you instead. Actually, now that I think about it for a moment, turtle is probably just better, right? Get a turtle down in front of this dang old caterpillar. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense to me. So, goodbye, friend. Just because I'm obsessed with maybe making this eagle work, even though I don't know if there's actually too much credence to be said about that plan in the first place. It's worth a shot at the very least. It's funny, somebody was asking on the YouTube side of things, they left a comment asking what kind of beginner mistakes I've grown out of as I've continued to play the game more and more. And I actively said that if you want more wins, you should stop trying to be so fancy about things and just get a good unit going. Like, just focus on stats. And then I, of course, do the exact opposite in the majority of our games and just wing it at each and every opportunity. Because, hey, level 3 eagle to pill sounds kind of fun. At least interesting. But swan, you can stick around. Octopus is interesting. Game +8 on level up. Like, it seems pretty good. Is this consistent? Is it the same gains at each level up stage? Or is this another one that gets a little wacky with it? Now that we've been introduced to that with the hatching chick, I have no idea what to expect anymore. It's a wild world that we live in. I mean, we could get you, or we could just level up this eagle to level 3, pill it, and get a level 3 octopus. That sounds way easier to me. Way less effort on our part. We will freeze and melon armor, though. That seems fantastic. A lot of pills this game. many a pill at our disposal, which I guess is good at the end of the day. Let's get some Malone armor. Roll once, and then we can recalibrate, see where we're sitting at in life. Probably should sell the eagle for the octopus, even if just to potentially try it out. Swan could be a contender there as well. You know what? Goodbye, Swan. served your country well. I appreciate each and everything that you did for us here, but we're gonna have to go another direction with this, unfortunately. We're thinking of somebody else for the role. Okay, it turns out Big Ladybug is a very common theme across the board here. And so close to that eagle paying out for us in a nice way. So close. But okay, we get there. Last round, potentially. We've gotten the Lady 3 Ladybug. The Lady 3 Ladybug. We could potentially get the eagle there. Be a bit of a stretch. In fact, no, we couldn't do it this round, so we'd have to lose one. Ideally tie one. Should also confirm that this does what I think it does. Okay, it does summon a level 2 tier 6 pet now. That seems nice. I think the smart thing to do here would be to get a Tyrannosaurus. Specifically, sell this octopus for a T-Rexy pal. Hey? I'm putting my eggs in far too many baskets right now to actually achieve any definable results here, I guess. +2, +1 across the board. You know what? No, let's win with this this wacky squad. Sorry, T-Rex. You're beautiful, but again, we're gonna have to pass. Just not quite who we were imagining for the position. And okay. Hopefully we lose. Or even better, hopefully we draw. That'd be swell. I just need one more turn to get this eagle popping. Come on, we can do this. Ooh, it's gonna be a close one. Especially with you sniping my friend like that. Oh my gosh, he's done it. I thought for sure that it was gonna be a loss there at the end. Oh my gosh, and I get 2 eagles? Game, you shouldn't have. You're too kind. Okay, so there we go, level 3 eagle. It's that easy. I don't want to pill you anymore. That seems dumb. Whose idiotic plan was it to do that in the first place? Couldn't have been me. Instead, I think we just put some honey on this octopus. Since they're hitting pretty hard in the back line anyway. Would have gotten us a win in that previous one, and okay. Okay, that's a weight off our shoulders. Even if we lose here, we at the very least got a few more stickers into the collection. Micro Turtle. They did it. Oh my gosh, and look how strong they are. Oh no. Level 3 octopus. Maybe we should have pilled you outside of combat. It could have been everything we hoped for and dreamed about in life. So okay, now we're kind of hard pivoting to the other direction. We really want to win here, friends. Come on, game, you can do it. Potentially trying to level up the turtle would be smart, but I think instead I'm gonna hinge everything on the octopus. It's all up to the octopus from here on out. Please give me, I want chocolate, please. Just so desperately wanted but a single chocolate piece, friend. But I guess it is what it is. I'm putting the eagle at the front here too, because I think Mammoth is tier 6. So I think getting a Mammoth, this is the only place that it really gets to pull some advantage out of that situation. So I guess we just buff you up. Hope for the best here. It'd be probably too much to ask for another draw, followed by enough chocolate and octopus to get this popping. Ooh, especially with our butterfly sniped. Oh my gosh, a level 3 octopus again? Oh my gosh, absolutely wrecking house. Wait, what is your ability? What does a level 3 octopus even do? I noticed kind of in my peripherals the first round where we got one, that it's hitting everyone on the enemy team before attack, maybe? And then if it kills the thing in front of it, that still counts as its attack target, so it doesn't, no smash, and we just get a roll again? Wild. It's like a rhinoceros, but AoE.